Well, hello, my friends. Today I wanted to talk about adult coloring. Sometimes there are times when I don't feel like designing a card or, doing an art journal page or, even Bible journaling. Sometimes I just want to do some mindless coloring while I'm watching TV or something. And the reason I'm kind of ADD, well, I'm not kind of, I am ADD. And so it's hard for me just to sit and watch TV. I'm always doing something. But I found that if I'm not doing something with my hands, for example, perusing the internet while I'm watching TV, I will tend to find my way to the refrigerator and start also doing some mindless eating. So raise your hands if you have ever experienced that. So anyway, one of the things I like to do, and I don't do it nearly as often as I should, but I like to just do some mindless coloring. And I have laid here before me some of my coloring books. These two are brand new, so I wanted to show them to you. And these two are the ones that I've had for a while. I really love this Botanical Wonderland coloring book by Rachel Reinert. And here is one of my coloring pages that I did. This was all done with Prismacolor colored pencils. And this took me forever because I treated it like a real piece of art, and you can't even really see the faint blue in the background here, but these were done with just like light little flicks, and so it took me quite a while to do this page. Now another page I had started in here, this one was just, I started this one while I was just watching TV. Again, this is Prismacolor colored pencils, but I used oh my gosh, I forget what this stuff is called. I put it, oh, Gamsol. I put it in this container. How about me? I labeled it. Sometimes I'm too organized and I don't even remember. And so I take a little bit of Gamsol on one of these blending stubs and blend it. And that's how, I got such a nice blend of those colors right there. Thank you. I just got some red on there because there was red on that blending stub. Anyway, and how you get it off is using this sanding eraser. It just takes off the paper. And nobody will ever know. But anyway, I will continue working on that. But let me just do a quick flip through for those of you that are not familiar with this coloring book. Oh, here's another page I had colored. Again, I do these when I'm, watching TV and I don't feel like necessarily creating something. I just may not have the creative juices flowing, and let me go from this angle, and not really feel creative. So that's why I do some coloring. I find it rather meditative, even if I'm watching TV. And it's funny, when I'm watching TV, I'm listening to it more than I'm actually watching it. I just look up every now and then. But I do that under normal TV watching circumstances. Again, I'm always doing something with my hands. And so that's how I watch TV. But anyway, I find coloring and any kind of art really rather meditative. When I'm really working through an issue, for example, when I'm doing art journaling, then I don't have the TV on. I rarely even have music on. I'm typically working through whatever it is in my mind that I'm trying to work through. Same thing with Bible journaling. When I'm Bible journaling, I'm contemplating and meditating on the message that I'm learning from that Bible journaling or from that passage. This one right here is fun, The Lost Ocean by Joanna Basford. She's got a lot of books out. This one's kind of fun. It's totally different. I could see using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush. Is it Clean Color or Clear Color? Clean Color Real Brush markers on these. I like those a lot. got all the colors, but you don't have to have any particular kind of pencil or marker to do any kind of adult coloring. You can use whatever you want, Crayolas, whatever, because again, the intent is just kind of to be, just kind of being meditative. Boy, I had a hard time getting that one out. Anyway, so here's a bunch of fun pictures, all kind of ocean related. There's a lot of detail in these, so these are really good for when you're just wanting to do meditative. When I started on this one, I thought, man, these things are really tiny. And that was, I wasn't sure I wanted to get into, you know, that much detail. See how tiny these are? When I bought it, there was definitely some pictures in here that attracted me, but then when it came down to picking out one to do, I thought, wow, that's going to be a lot of detail work. And when I'm wanting to do just some mindless coloring, I don't know if I want to be that close to it, trying to figure out the detail. This was one of them that drew me to this book. I really liked this picture. I'm sure it would take several hours to do, but it would be fun doing it. So the point in all of this is there are a lot of different art mediums out there, and you don't, if you consider yourself not necessarily artistic, adult coloring is a great way to do it. Now, these two books I just recently purchased, and I cannot wait to get started. I did one out of this one last night, so while I was watching TV, so I'll show it to you first. This one is really cool because it's foiled, and it's on watercolor paper. So let me just kind of show you this. It's got silver foiling and gold foiling. So let me see if I can flip through this in a way that you can see it. And it's watercolor paper, so the paper is quite thick. So there's some gold, there's some, those were bookmarks, these are tags. Here's some postcards. And this is all the gold foiling. Isn't that just gorgeous? And then we start into the silver foiling. So there's silver. And these are 8 by 10 in size, so, you know, depending on how much you love your work, you could actually frame these if you wanted. So let me show you one I did last night. Again, watching TV. I wasn't trying to be any, you know, great artist or anything. This was a silver foiling. Silver foiling is really cool for water, well, any kind of foiling. I like to emboss for the same reason. It keeps your watercolor in the lines. Now, I didn't use watercolors. The next one I try, I will do watercolors. But when I was watching TV, I just didn't want to mess with the watercolors, so I used my Zig markers, my Clean Color Real Brush markers, to paint this last night. And let me just kind of give you an example. Pull out this the light blue. I like to use this one for the sky because it's really light. It's called Hazel Blue. Let me make sure I'm getting the right one. Yeah, Hazel Blue. It's just a soft blue. And I was just going around it like this. So this is how I would finish up to get the sky. Let me zoom in so you can even see what I'm doing. So I would just put some sky color in here and then fade it out as I get more up to the top. And this wasn't something that required a lot of detailed close-up work, which is great when you're watching TV. So I just was doing this as I painted and colored. And I wasn't even really paying attention to the curvature, which I'm sure, well, I know it would be much, much better had I actually done that. But again, I wasn't trying to put that much effort into it. Into these flowers, but these flowers would have been much nicer had I paid attention to the curvature of the flower and actually had those lines going right. But again, adult coloring for fun and relaxation and easing of stress. So that's how that goes. And I love these markers. These markers are a lot of fun, and they are a water-based medium. So you can mix these with water and lighten them up. Oh, let me get back up here in frame. So lots of things you can do with these markers as well. So anyway, that was the picture that I was working on last night. Let me move back out. And so that was fun. Next one I'll do actual watercolor on. And let me, oh, I already showed you those pictures. So that was that one. And then in this book, the sheer nature of the pictures, in my mind, tells me I'm going to want to spend more time doing the detail. So this one has bookmarks in it as well. But the ladies, so this is bookmarks with ladies, a lot of detail work. These are smaller versions of the big pictures that are further into the book. So let me just show you those. Wouldn't these make great gifts? Now, this again is on the thicker paper. You can do watercolor with these, but you can do any medium. So I'm going to turn this back around this way so I can flip through it easily. You can watercolor these. You can use your zig markers. You know, I would imagine you can also use your Copics. I haven't tried a Copic, but they're thick. I'm not sure about the blending, but I bet you Copics would work really well. And here, we'll try one in a second. So anyway, these are full pages, but here, look at these ladies. This is where we get into the ladies. And I'm just dying to do one of these ladies and practice my shading and realistic kind of techniques. Not that I'm, you know, an artist or anything, but I wanted to try, and I think these ladies would be a good way to do that. Like, you could really put the contour here in her back and everything, depending on how you shade it with your pencils or your watercolors or whatever. So a lot of detail again, especially the tresses of the hair. Wow. And of course the flowers. So I think this would be a fun art piece to do. And these ladies are just simply gorgeous. Lots of flowers. You could do all kinds of things. Of course, this book is from Prima Marketing. And it's probably been out for a very long time. It's just new to me. So I wanted to share it with all of you and kind of share another, let's see, so this would be up. So she's, I want to turn her around, but this is really the way it's meant to be, like that. Anyway, various means of art out there. It doesn't always necessarily mean you need to be somebody who can draw or paint or design from scratch. Art is a way of expressing yourself, regardless of how you choose to do that. Dance or whatever. So anyway, so that is Prima Princesses by Prima Marketing, and I think that's a pretty awesome book as well. So that is it for me today. Again, just touching on adult coloring. And if you're looking at getting into adult coloring or finding ways to de-stress that isn't very expensive, this is a great way to do it. All right. As always, I wish you a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.